Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, insect lol. Beautiful. No, you. Oh, wait, I can't show this on stream, by the way. There's just some manga on screen that I was totally not reading beforehand. Let's get this off the screen. I will read this later, I guess. Hello, hello, welcome. It's me. Is it hentai? Yes, 100%. Was that a question that even needed to be asked? Let's see. Hold on. I'm still a little out of sorts because I'm actually just completely lost track of time. All right, let's get to it, and let's actually switch my screen regions to the appropriate stuff. So hello, it's me. Back at it again with the whatever the heck I'm doing. Let's recenter my face. Coding is hard. Bleh. Are you also programming right now, insect lol? Let's see. Nope. Well, you could be. You absolutely could be. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Alright. So check it out. Here's what we are going to be doing. What we're going to be doing is Godot 4 is actually, I heard this on the grapevine, as they say. Godot 4 pre-alpha, or I guess just like the regular alpha, should be out in like 2 weeks. So that'll be pretty cool. Suck though. Talking about sucking in my chat sounds lewd. Yeah, I figured now is not a terrible time to start experimenting more with Godot 4. So we have a project. This is VSS, which is the multi-back-end version of OpenCPHGD. Don't want to rename the original project because that will break SEO, which is very unfortunate. Although, you know what I could do? Is, I'm trying to think of what I could do in order to not break SEO, where SEO is search engine optimization, right? So if I rename the original OpenCPH project to VSS, then I can create just another completely separate repository called OpenCPHGD, strip it down, and then just point at VSS. So I keep all the stars that OpenCPHGD has, which is pretty decent amount, all things considered. Has 125 stars. We're getting there. Look at that. So if I break SEO, change this to VSS, then create another repository under the same name, and then just have it point towards the new repository. So I keep the stars, keep all the watchers, keep all the forks. Actually, I think it might break the forks, but that's fine. I only have Thani IDE because it's the only thing my laptop can run. What kind of laptop do you have? What is Thani IDE? Thani IDE? Oh, it's for beginners. I don't know. I mean, can't your laptop run VS Code? The best development environment? Or I guess I'm only saying that your laptop can't run VS Code? What kind of processor do you have? Can you even run Chrome? I guess, like, are you able to run Chrome? Or are you accessing this through like Netscape Navigator? That would be pretty wild. I don't really know how that would work. You don't use Chrome? What do you use Internet Explorer? Does Internet Explorer even support Twitch chat? Or I guess you might not be using this, or I should say may not be watching the stream from your computer. Yeah. Does that mean that you're using? Hold on, I have my old code up on my other monitor. I'm on my iPad mini watching you. Oh baby. You can get a. Can't you program from an iPad? There are programming apps that you can have. I remember when I used to have an iPad, I had a few like Lua game development apps. Pretty much the only thing I made was like, I made Pong, as I usually do. What is main screen? Main screen is a spatial, all right. Hello, Feldy. How are you doing tonight? I guess, but you can't make like UI on an iPad? I suppose that's true. I don't know too much about programming on something that isn't a real computer. Wait, you can have programming apps on an iPad, isn't that against Apple tvOS? I don't know. There used to be some game development apps that used Lua. Like, you're not allowed to run just random code as far as I know. So you can't like redeploy onto your iPad, but if you're just programming like a graphical application, I think it's okay. Probably. Not sure. Yeah, you're not allowed to create new apps, but you can run an app inside of the app. Hello, Needle Mouse. Sussy, I'm not a man, I'm a duck. Main screen. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm porting all my old code over to Godot 4. So I don't know, because I explained earlier, but Godot is getting ready for a 4.0 alpha release. So I figured, you know, it might be a good time to start actually looking at stuff, since I guess if they're getting ready for an alpha release, it must be somewhat stable. And you know what? I can tell you, it does feel a lot more stable. There are things that are missing in Godot 4 though, because I was playing with this earlier, but there's like, you cannot have unfiltered sprites in 3D. So I think that just might be like a bug. It is even Godot 4? Oh, Godot 4. What even is new in Godot 4? So the new stuff is new renderer. So you can see here, it's using Vulkan. If you can see here, it's using Vulkan, and Vulkan is the only renderer available. So I think anything that I ever make Insectable, I don't think you'll be able to run it on your toaster, because it does require a somewhat recent GPU and or just integrated CPU. But no more OpenGL, it's all Vulkan, and it should give you a lot of just nice looking graphics for free. Like, I think right here you can even tell right now the difference between Godot 4 and Godot 3 is that there's just fog by default, which is kind of neat. Because let me show you what it looks like in just regular Godot. Oh, this one won't have it though. This one will just be green. Let me open up another project. Do I even have another 3D project? I guess this one's technically 3D. Let's just open up Color Typewriter, and we can just look in this 3D space. Yeah, so you can see here that there's not really, there's no fog actually. That's not fog in the distance, that's just the skybox. Whereas this one has a skybox, but also there's some fog in it. At least I think that's fog. It might just be the skybox again, and I'm just talking out my butt. But anyways, it looks better from the very little that I looked at it. And in theory, it should also run way faster, especially in terms of 3D rendering. Someone told me they got denied in the App Store because they had a script engine included in their app. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I do know that I have had... I've used a few Lua game development apps on my iPad before. But that was back when I was still in high school, so that's 4 plus 4, 8, plus like another 2, 10, that was 10 years ago. Because I spent 4 years in school. Good old college, university as some may say. And then I've been working full-time for, I think, 3 or 4 years? How long have I been at my current company? I've been at my current company for 3 years, I think. Was at another company before that for a few more years after that. You know what? I don't like this being called main screen. I've decided I don't like this being called main screen. Let's rename this. We'll just call this is the... this is just the display screen. Huzzah. And then we'll change this one to display screen. We're just changing everything about this. Display screen. Let's see if we can get a crash as well. That'd be pretty sick. Epic Games say they're making a new game engine. It's called Your Mom Engine. Your Mom's Engine. I got your mom's engine revving last night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get it? It's funny. Alright, so go here. We'll add a few things. We'll have what's it called? A Node 3D. Yeah, it's no longer called a spatial. And then we'll add some sort of light. What kind of lights do we have? I think I want a probably an Omni light. I don't know. What was I using before? Ah, got him. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm well known for my zingers. Also, if you noticed, I've gone back to just my super scuffed custom music, because I keep getting content ID matched on YouTube and actually on Twitch. So, you know, F. We'll do world environment later. I need to find out what is this environment that's displaying right now. Because if I, oh, what did I do? Ratio. Your mom. Your mom is so nice. She baked us all cookies. Got 'em. Anyways. Background. Probably going to be... Wait. Oh, they don't have sky plus custom color anymore, huh? That's neat. Sky. I don't... Procedural. Oh, that looks horrible. Oh yeah, see, this looks a lot more like the Godot 3 sky. That looks bad. Imagine that sounds like... It takes terabytes of storage. Got him, dude. That's pretty good. I wish I thought of that. That's a good one. Ambient light. I don't know what I want. Filmic. Procedural sky. I know that there's like a good way to set up the initial values for the sky, but I have no idea what they are. Yeah. Like, I think like the biggest one to have is just a filmic, but I don't know. What is the the default env is this. This is what I should be using, but if you open it up, it just says, you know, it's a sky, but there's no sky material. So I don't know how it's displaying this. Can't wait for the Komi song. Can't communicate anime. Oh my god, a weeb. I tried to read that one, but I just couldn't get into it. It's just too ridiculous, right? It's like, yeah, I get it, you know. She's bad at communicating, but then all the side characters are just weird. Your mom is so nice, she paid her taxes in 2016. I got your message, yes. But 2006, I don't really get it. She paid her taxes. Paying your taxes only makes you a good citizen. Does not make you nice. In fact, you are a slave to the system. Something, housewives rise up, etc. Alright, so we're not going to be using an environment here. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, I also need to grab this thing, Godot VRM. So they do have Godot VRM. Wait, they have multiple things? Godot VRM, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So check this out. So this is the group's code that I'm using for VRM stuff. Let's see, master. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab their add-ons. So let's grab their code via HTTPS. It was a joke, forget it. No. Let's overanalyze the joke. Because that's what we do here. We were waiting for many, many decades. Komi-san. Didn't, was it it's like, don't bully me, Nagatoro. Didn't that get an anime? I hate to say it, but I am up to date on that one. I suppose, oh no, you get that off screen. I suppose that makes me a weeb. Don't toy with me, Nagatoro. Yes, it did. Ooh. Yeah, isn't Ijanaide, that means don't bully me, but they changed it in like the English translation, so it wouldn't be as troubling, I guess. So don't toy with me. I don't know, don't bully me sounds a lot more, it has more oomph to it, right? Don't toy with me sounds like, I don't know, like, I don't know, the implication is that it's wait, what is this? I guess the implication is that if you're being toyed with, you know, it could be anything, right? But being bullied by somebody, that's serious. So it makes you think about what's going to happen in the story. Reminds me of the video of Pecora dancing to a BGM with the text above. You can successfully commit tax fraud. Isn't in the US, just getting good at committing tax fraud is one of the steps to becoming rich and or successful and or both. This guy was reading hentai before she... No, I was not reading hentai, thank you very much. I was... I mean... Couldn't anything be hentai if you try hard enough? Riddle me this. It was in spring. I don't watch anime anymore. Well, I look like some sort of weeb. Oh, I remember now. I can't use this. Okay. There's a lot of things what we need to do in order to port, so this is going to take a little bit. But we can still grab my duck model. So let's grab the duck. This is the music. It's playing, composed by yours truly, which is why the mixing is so bad. Alright, grab the duck. This is the duck. Grab this. Move over to VSS. Assets. This is the duck. Delete the imports. Actually, delete everything. I don't need these material files either, I think. So just go in here, wait for it to load in. There's our duck. Look at that. Oh, geez. What the heck? What is this? Look at that. Well, This is expected because that's actually how it imports in, because I used like a really weird texture for it. No, sounds like Nagatoyo going to the hospital. What? Have you read the manga before? Like is it considered a doujin if it's just like third party or whatever? But I guess the prelude to the actual manga, that one's actually like kind of sad. Because like the dude gets actually bullied by her, and then she like just kicks the crap out of him. It's like, oh, this is what I'm here for. And how Komi-san can't communicate on Netflix? Ooh, Netflix. Finally importing the good stuff. Actions. Extract material. No, I don't think I want to extract materials. But if I open up, I think we're just gonna try to do non-VRM models for now, because that will be faster, probably. How do I open this? How do I just do, oh, okay, cool. Look at that, he's so beautiful. It's coming this Thursday, so that's exciting. I might watch it. Actually, that's a lie, I'm not gonna watch it. Don't toy with me, duck. Get toyed with, son. Rubber duck. Okay, so go up. Let's see, entities. Yeah, I guess we'll just have the duck. Yeah. We'll just slap it. Well, let's create a new folder. Call it rubber duck. We'll call it duck. We'll call this one duck as well. There we go. Change this one to just be duck. Man, I wish I was good at drawing. I kind of know how to draw like anime style, if only because, well, I say I know how to draw anime style. I know how to draw the basic human form in order to pose them because I've practiced. It's tough. I'm actually out of practice, but I recently hooked up my very cheap drawing tablet. One of the cheapest drawing tablets you can get that actually has a screen on it. It's like, wow. There's just like another screen now. That's like slightly horizontal. It's like I'm a real artist. Okay, so there's the duck. It's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Something doesn't seem right about this. So there's a skeleton. I wasn't really paying attention. Mesh. I actually don't need a screen on my tablet. Hand-eye coordination worked after just a few hours of practice. Yeah, I had one of the... I had a Wacom Bamboo way back in university, but I think once you go with a screen, it's hard to go back. Well, once you kind of see like, oh, this is how it could be. Like it maps more or less one-to-one, whereas, you know, if you have the tablet, you kind of need to feel it out beforehand. Why isn't there a mesh on this, by the way? Did this happen before? Or did I just not notice? Oh, this happened before. Yeah, and this happened before and I did not notice. Both of the worst outcomes. Look at that mesh. Look at that. That's pretty good. Material eyes. Look at that. You can see all the eyes that are usually on the duck. Got a Huion 420. I have a Wacom Intuos. Is that a meme? Yeah, so you can see here that this is the material. I need to figure out how to extract it. I don't really know. Set, save, set mesh, save paths. Huh? Select. Yes. I don't know what this is. That's the mesh. This is the this is the actual texture for the duck and the eyes. Looks pretty good. I need to get these textures back again because these were like pretty good pixel textures. Since this duck is actually pixelated, very, very pixelated. Pretty much everyone I asked if I should invest in a screen tablet or a normal one told me do a normal one or use a normal one. Yeah, well, I think if you are an artist, I think like the ones I said, like if you aren't like a good artist, then you should, you know, then don't bother investing in one. Is this good enough? I'm confused. Where did it save the .res files? What? Yeah, what? Yeah, select current folder. Yeah. Way on 420 is real. Even though there were some better artists with big screen tablets, almost in desk size. Yeah, it's like if you aren't like a serious artist, then you won't get too much more benefit out of a screen tablet, right? Whereas, you know, a screenless tablet, it's cheap, and then you'll figure out pretty soon whether or not you actually need the screen tablet. But yeah, the super large desk size tablets, those look cool to have, but they're also like a few $1,000, which is crazy. Set pads. Re-imp. Oh, did I not? Oh, I needed to press re-import. Oh, okay. So now I actually need, wait a minute. What does this mean though? So if I do this, what? Okay. Let's load the mesh, I guess. I don't really know which one. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. Head empty, no thoughts. Quick load. No. Regular load. Assets, duck. Probably this one. Then I need to... Ooh, where's my surface? Alright. Yeah. I think most of my friends who have drawing tablets are split into like two groups. One is like they're artists, so they're like 3D modelers or whatever. 3D modelers. I know that one of my friends is like who's like an VFX artist. He has I guess like 2 drawing tablets, right? He has one of the standalone ones and then just another one. I don't really know what the workflow looks like, but I'm, you know, don't ask me about that. I don't know anything about workflows. Alright, so there's a way to access, where's the texture? Oh, it's an emission, yeah. So I click on this. How do I re-import this? How do I re-import this? Resource. What? So I know that there's a new option here for textures. Then we go to nearest, like that, and then we can go into UV1, I think, and set several of the offsets. Let me see. So if I scale it down, yeah. So I just need to like randomly set these values until it scales properly. So let's look at OpenCV HGD. How did I do it here? Actually, let's just open it up here. VSS kind of broke importing, but that's fine. Let's see. Give me 1 sec. Entities. Basic models. Duck text scene. So that you can see that this lad looks pretty good. Duck eyes. Surface 1. Material. UV1. Okay, so UV1 is 3. Yeah, let's just copy these values. So I'll grab the offset first, and we'll go back here. UV1. So these are all 3s. Looking pretty good. Also very blurry. Yeah. I don't know. Should I trigger a re-import? Like, there's no way to turn off filtering, unfortunately, in Godot 4 right now. Maybe there is. But this is the only way to turn off filtering. But you can only do that for canvas items. So I guess our duck will just be slightly blurry. Yeah, that seems good enough. That seems good enough. Porting the rest shouldn't be too bad. So I go into entities, basic models, or just basic model, singular. Copy the raw contents. We'll create a new file in entities. So we'll do new script, basic, or base. We'll call this base model. I don't really like calling things base model anymore. So this is a node 3D create. We'll start editing it. So now we just need to go in and fix everything that is broken. So this needs to be a node. Node 3, spatial has been renamed to node 3D. What's wrong here? Unexpected identifier at 7.1. Eh? Oh, you know what? I actually don't need this, I think. I don't know why that was even an export var. But neat. Neat. OnReady var, this is changed to be, I guess, be this kind of syntax, which I actually kind of prefer. It's very Java style. I'm into it. So Skellyman, that's a skeleton 3D now. Okay. So Skellyman, app manager does not exist. So let's bring it back in, and then I'll need to go through and create these as well, since there is a slight dependency on a lot of this. Actually, if all we want to do is get this working for now, I can just comment these out, right? Yeah, okay, let's comment this out. Don't need this, so say goodbye. And we'll just have like a to-do, like this will not work. Modify blend shapes. Okay. Mesh instance was not found in the current scope. Is mesh instance... What? Huh? Mesh instance was not found in the current... Is it not called mesh instance anymore? Wait. Mesh. Mesh instance 3D. Oh. Okay, at least they're consistent. So you have your mesh instance. So I think in Godot 3, it was just called a mesh instance. So if you do mesh instance, yeah, mesh instance and then mesh instance 2D. Goodbye. So I said it. Okay, bye. Let's see, open whatever this is, custom error or custom update. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Transform 3D. Yeah. So one of the big changes is that they changed how a lot of things are named. So a lot of the 3D specific things like transforms. Because in Godot 3, they were called transform and transform 2D. But now they've decided to become more consistent and just, you know, suffix everything with their, I guess, their intended usage environment. You know, talking about saying goodbye. I used to have a friend way back in university. She was really into the movie Frozen. Kind of a niche movie. Don't know if you ever heard of it, from a very little known studio. Called Disney. Pretty much, like every time, like we were done with class or whatever, we like, you know, we would part ways. She would always go like, because there's a song in there. Apparently, I've never actually seen Frozen, but apparently it's like, what's that one? It's like, oh man, I know almost nothing about the movie, but I know that there's one scene where Elsa is singing to herself, and then the last lyric is "Okay, bye," and then she would just say it like that in that very like sing-song kind of way. I'm just like, yeah, no, I know. You're really into you're really into Frozen. I get it. You're lucky that you're smarter than me. All right, I think that's okay. We don't really need app manager stuff. Yeah, as long as I just load in this at runtime. So now I just need to grab the actual face tracker stuff. So OpenC face GD. Oh, tried to open that in GitHub for desktop. Absolutely not. So this will be trackers. I'll create a new script. Probably just a new scene, I guess. Why not? I'm just wanting to see if this will work. So it's okay. Do a node. We'll call this one OpenCFace G, or just OpenCFace. OpenC. Yeah, OpenCFace. Give that a save in trackers. Bum bum. Trackers. Yeah. Like so, add a script. There's your scripts. Now I just need to go through and update everything. Oh baby. This doesn't need to be an export. This doesn't need to be an export. Good to know that UDP server is still here. Quaternion and was renamed to be Quaternion, I think. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's a lot of Quaternions here. Pool real array. This is a packed array, I think. Pool vector 2 array. Packed. What is it called? Is it packed? Packed. Eh. Packed array. Packed. Okay, so we have several things here. Pool real array, we can probably use a packed float 32. Packed vector 2, okay, yeah. So this one we can use packed floats 32 array, should be fine. This one needs to be packed vector 2. Clearly don't know how to type today. Okay, so this needs to be packed float 32. This one is packed vector 2, and then this one is packed vector 3. Very good. Okay, so it's the Quaternion. Quaternion. Then this one needs to be Quaternion. Packed. I know that there are tools to do this automatically for you, but I'm not really into just kind of blindly running a tool and then hoping everything works out. Maybe at work where I get paid to just get things done, not do things right. Let's see. Invalid operand of type dictionary for unary operator not. If not, or I guess this would be if this is empty, I guess. You used to in Godot 3 just hit it with not, because an empty dictionary or an empty array would, well, I guess no. That's weird. If it's empty. Huh. That's actually not the correct logic. Making that tool sounds like a Working 10 hours to automate a 10-minute one-off job. Oh yeah, what if we need to do it multiple times? Who knows? There's always that what if, that little bit of doubt. That maybe we might need to use it again. Thus, we must do it multiple times. You know what? Let's just implement App Manager really quick, since there's going to be a lot of references to App Manager. So let's grab this App Manager, go into Utils, new script App Manager. It's going to be a node. Yeah, but that's basically the essence of being a programmer, right? Is just taking forever to do things that we're spending more time working on things to make your life easier when they when they could be solved in like 2 seconds. What is this? Initializer for a constant must be a constant expression. We'll just change that to a var for now. VRM mappings, I don't remember if I use that multiple times. This one needs to be, I know there's some tools for some languages to refactor based off a CSV list, but making it specifically to update Godot 3 to Godot 4 sounds like such a trap. Yeah, well, I think it's one of the things that I think people will like to use if they are already on Godot 3, and they just want to see if they, with a little bit of refactoring, if it's possible to go pretty easily to Godot 3 to 4. You know, kind of like the Python 2 to 3 tool. You know, like in theory, it's not too hard, but in practice, it's always very hard. What is this? How do you call tree exiting? Connect. How does this work again? On tree exiting. Is that? Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah. I think that's all right. CM setup. Nope. No need for config. No need for debouncing either. OpenCGD. Let's see. It's the whole point of IoT. You work hours a day to rewire your house so you don't have to take the extra 2 seconds to press the light switch. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of this is also in the hope that, like, yeah, if you make a tool that's useful for yourself, maybe other people will find it useful as well, and then you can start to sell them that tool. Thus, by automating or by simplifying your life, you have also, I guess, made some money, I suppose. Okay, to do this, I don't think, reference, this is now called ref counted. Are you still allowed to do inline comments like this? Yeah. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We don't do any config saving. This one might be a bit tough. Expected constant string for assert error message. Now that's a bit weird. I don't know, we can just assert false. That's always a good one. Save. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna go refill my coffee. For once, I'm not actually drinking alcoholic beverages, because I haven't had my coffee today. Hello. I forgot to mute my mic, so you might have heard me using my sink. I've turned my living room into my home office, and my, I guess, home office room into my living room. So my kitchen is just right there. Alcoholic coffee, that sounds like a bad idea. Have you ever had an Irish coffee? Are you of age? Of appropriate age to be indulge of the villainy of alcohol? If so, you should definitely try an Irish coffee. It's one of those things that you drink for brunch, or just like in the morning if you're for breakfast every day if you're just an absolute degenerate, which I have considered a few times. It's one of those things that you should really only do on the weekends, for sure. OpenSea face. This is not OpenSea face. Oh, it's this one. So wait for this. Oh, hold on. Now we need to set an auto load. Boom, boom. Utils, app manager. Set it like that. Wait for this to figure itself out. App manager. Save. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, so this doesn't exist. So that's okay. We can just hard code it. So camera index, we're also just gonna hard code it. Let's actually do that. So I know that for a fact, at least on my system, this will be 0 because I only have the one webcam. Let's see, this one also needs to be hard coded. And that one, we'll just set it to 12. That one's usually pretty good. I'm old enough, technically even for America, that I've never tried it. Irish coffee, pretty sick. Pretty sick if you're into brunch. What is it, mimosas? Also pretty sick. Isn't a mimosa is just like wine and grape juice? Or it's not grape juice, I don't even know what it is, but it's pretty delicious. It's also one of those things that you cannot order as a guy. Because it's considered to be a pretty girly drink. Wait, mimosas are not the red one. Mimosas are white wine and orange juice. That's pretty sick. Too many arguments for execute call. Expected at most 4 but received 5. Okay, and what do you need? You need the path, the arguments, the output, and then read standard error. Oh, does this not work how I think it works anymore? Wait a minute. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, this won't work. Okay, so this is one of the few things where I actually need to rewrite it. Let's do that. So let's open up the Godot 4 docs. Godot docs latest. Godot, give me the yeah, latest. To be honest, I don't even drink much alcohol. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Drinking is bad for you, of course. Well, drinking in excess is bad for you. I think red wine is supposed to be pretty good for your heart. And you know, if you had to choose between diluted water and diluted, very strong beer, you should probably drink the beer. But other than that, yeah. No, I just have a bad habit of drinking a lot from my traveling days as a consultant. Back when I did that just every week. And you know, when you spend a lot of time in airports, you know, kinda don't have too much stuff you can do. Enough, even though I don't drink much, I was on a 1-week festival, which is basically 1 week of drinking, but I didn't have any amnesia or hangover. Yeah, I inserted it. Don't worry. Yeah, dude. Coke is one heck of a drug, right? No, I cannot imagine just drinking, like, heavily drinking for like 1 week. That's crazy. I can barely imagine drinking like heavily over like one weekend. I'm like, you know, one night out drinking really heavily, that's okay. 2 nights in a row, that's rough. You know? When I was in the UK on a work trip, they went out for a happy hour just every day of the week, and that was rough. That was rough. I hung in there for 3 days, and then after that was just like, nah, I can't. Count me out, lads. Let's see, this is the correct command, so now you no longer have access to... Wait. Okay, so goodbye OS X and X11. You're not wanted here. Let's see, well, the amount of drinking on that festival can be described with 2 words: free beer. Oh, heck yeah. I've been there before. Well, not at that festival, but like at, I was at a music festival. It took place over the weekend, which is pretty much my own experience. All my experience with like consistent drinking. And so I was at a music festival in Austin, Texas. What was it called? I forget. But anyways, there was like some local brewery that was trying to like advertise their beer. And so what better way to advertise your beer than just give away free cups of it with the name emblazoned on the side? And so you're only supposed to get one. However, they had several stands all throughout the entire park. So what you would do if you really wanted to, just like stay absolutely trashed. It just like do laps around the entire I guess area. Because there's basically no way that they can stop you, right? Like if they see you get back in line, then yeah, they'll be like, hey, I saw you get back in line, leave. But you come back like an hour later and it's like, oh, you look familiar. I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I just got here. And especially, you know, I'm of Asian descent. You can just play the race card at that point and be like, oh, what are you trying to say? That we all look alike? That's racist. Face tracker. I think this is okay. This one needs to change to a thread. So let me see. I do have a thread. What the heck? Yeah. Wait. No? Am I not running this on a thread? Have I not been running this on a... No, I am running this on a... No, wait. No, I'm not running this on a thread. Oh, okay. So I need to spawn like an entirely different thread to run this, I guess. This doesn't make any sense. Like I'm executing just the facetracker.exe. So that doesn't matter. All I need is the PID, so I need you to start it and then just immediately release it. I was on a tour through a brewery, and after that they allowed us to try every type of beer they make. Oh baby. Yeah, don't you usually have to pay for the tours though, right? So it's included in your tour fee. Yeah, like I went on a tour of a meadery, and they, you know, it was like $20, and they're like, okay, now at the end of the tour they just came out with like these little, basically like shot glass sized samples of all their meads, and I was like, all right, I see what you're doing here. Technically, you're letting us sample everything, but now we have to buy more. You know, your first hit is free. I paid very little since it was a local brewery that also liked the advertising. Oh, well, there we go. Sounds like you should just go back every night. Creates a new process that runs independently of Godot. It will not terminate if Godot terminates. The file specified in path must exist and be executable. Blah, blah, blah. Process creation succeeds. The method will return the new process. Oh, okay, so this is just create process now. Okay, so change this. So we have some options. And I don't need any output, so that we can do this. This is creates process. Okay. Look at that. That's one of those things that you would need to read the docs in order to convert. I don't think the built-in converter would have converted that correctly. My friends even knew some of the upper staff in that company. Oh baby, you had the plug, as the kids say. Bum bum bum. Don't need this. Start receiver, that's okay. This one, don't need that. Tracking started, no. Bump bump, stop receiver, kill, that's okay. Boom. Let's see. I don't really, I guess I technically know some people who work at brewing companies, if you consider like Anheuser-Busch to be a brewing company. Let's see. Receive thread start. What is your problem? Invalid argument for start function. Argument 1 should be callable, but is okay. So I need to look at how thread works. Thread. Thread. There we go. It's weird. It's like a lot of my friends, or I guess I shouldn't say friends, but people I knew from high school are becoming like, you know, there's the, like people who are actually in my friend group have become like actual NEETs, which is a little bizarre, but not completely unexpected. And then there's other people who are like the person who works at Anheuser-Busch, like she's a VP of marketing, which is crazy. All right, so if this is null, return null. And don't do anything. Yeah, okay. And so start receiver, blah, blah, blah. App manager, is face tracking disabled? No. If not, is face tracking disabled? No. We don't need this. Let's send it. Server, listen, address port, blah, blah. Receive thread. New thread, perform reception. Oh, I'm done with my coffee already. One moment while I wash out my coffee cup. Or actually, I'm gonna go make, I'm just gonna start making some tea. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. I should really get like a real, what's it called? Like a boiler? So I can make tea instead of what I usually do, which is just fill a pot with cold water. I was about to say fill a pot with hot water, but no. Filling a pot with water and just dumping a bunch of tea bags into it. Hello back. Yeah, I realize it's kind of weird. Usually, at least for a lot of like American style teas, and also from my very short stint in London, that's also how it works, is that you just use a tea bag. But, I don't know. Kind of lazy. And so instead of just fishing out a bunch of, or having to open up new tea bags, pour hot water, wait for it to steep, I just boil a big pot of water and then put all the tea bags in there. And I just let it get super, super steeped in tea. So I am currently making, how do you pronounce it? Chamoil? Chamoil? It's non-caffeinated. It's supposed to calm you down. How do you pronounce that actually? Or how do you spell it? Chamoil. How do you pronounce this? How to say chamomile?
Chamomile.
Wait. How do you say this?
Chamomile.
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 Chamomile. British pronunciation.
Chamomile.
It's about the same. Chamomile.
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 Chamomile. Oh, chamomile and chamomile. 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 So it's not a CH sound. I've been rused. I'll accept the L on that one. It's one of those weird ones that doesn't play by the rules. Anyways, I think this is okay. So open C face, and then we can go into the auto load. Go to trackers. We're not trying to make this super fancy. Yeah, this doesn't. We actually don't need the text scene, I think. Open C face. Yeah, since this is just a node, right? So if we go into here, remove just the node thing, since it's not necessary. And then what else do I need to do in order to just have basic functionality? Right, because I have the base model script. Yes. I have the tracker. I just have this set to just load at the very start. Yes. What else is? That's pretty much it, right? No, I need a display screen. I need you to do a bunch of stuff. Yes. Okay, so we go into, and I also need to, no, that's it, yeah. Yeah, display screen, just have the display screen start the tracker, start the receiving thread immediately. So it's in OpenCFace GD. What I'm going to be looking at is the model display screen, which does almost the same stuff, except for the fact that, I guess because of like a very early decision way back when I was starting the project in like January, I decided to have just like a main display and then like just a model display, and so I would never get rid of the main display, so that would just be another singleton. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that pattern anymore, so whenever I inevitably rewrite this, like actually rewrite this in Godot 4, I think I'm going to just go with, right, because if you have the one scene but you never get rid of it, then it's pretty much a singleton, so you might as well just create an auto load, which is a singleton. So there's like application states and then app manager. Yeah. And then OpenC face. OpenC face in VSS will not be an auto load, since you can have the ability to load in pretty much whatever you want, right? Let's see. Give me one sec. I've received an email and I need to read this. So I'm trying not to talk, because I do have a tendency to just read whatever or say whatever I'm reading out loud. But this one is something that I cannot say out loud. I'm just very, very busy for whatever reason tonight. Maybe it's because I didn't have my coffee and now I'm actually more on edge because of that. It's made me become more aware of the lack of caffeination. Although I can feel the caffeine starting to hit my veins. All right, I think I'm good. I think we're good. Nothing serious, just some onboarding stuff. Oh boy, onboarding. About to start another job, so we'll... And I told them I would quit my current one, but I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna have 2 jobs, plus the entire streaming thing. Which, to be honest, I have not had a payout yet, so technically not a job. That's fine. It's already done what I needed it to do, which is, I guess, serve as a way for me to display my programming expertise. So that's good enough for me. All right, we don't need a GUI, so we're gonna save myself the trouble of rewriting that. All right, so let's do all this. Boom, boom, boom. Hit it with a copy and paste. So, boom, boom. This one doesn't exist. Also, it's the wrong stuff. The wrong syntax, I should say. No more signal. There's no signal broadcaster right now. We don't have a config manager. Also, it's the wrong syntax. And all of this stuff doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Oh. None of this stuff existed except for maybe this one, but I'm not even sure if Godot 4 has the ability for this to be, or I guess the ability for this to be a thing, which is a transparent background. Also, I need to remember, don't forget that you're boiling water on the stove. So if you forget, you're just gonna start a fire. My favorite. Yeah, actually, that's it. Okay, that's it for the boring part. Main screen, yes. Model display screen. What do you got? You got a lot of good stuff. Okay. So let's load in the rubber duck. Actually, do we even need to load in the rubber duck? Can't I just... Yeah. I'll just do this. Slap it in here. Look. Looking a little blurry, but that's okay. Yeah. So let's grab the rubber duck as well. Why not? On ready. I feel like the built-in... not the built-in, but I guess the adjacent tooling for converting Godot 3 projects to Godot 4 leaves these all in the same place. So you have like a, onReady, var, whatever, right? But I feel like if you're already going with like an annotation style, you should just go all the way and just make it like a real annotation, as opposed to just being like an inline annotation. I don't know. Seems weird to me. So model, oh, you know what? We can have, no, model. Node 3D, this will be model parent. All right, so this is this same kind of node structure I usually go with. So when you're working in 3D, you actually need 3 nodes in order to get all forms of articulation or all forms of rotation. So if you're rotating, you know, side to side, up and back. So I think this is called pitch. This is called roll. And then I don't know what this is called. Whatever this is, side to side, wiggle. So if you want to have just independent control of all of those, you need to have multiple nodes, and then you have like a pitch node, a roll node, etc. Otherwise, you'll actually be pitching in like an adjusted direction, which is a bit weird. Yeah. Yes. Whenever I see "ya," I think like "yes," that kind of Valley Girl accent. I don't know if that's an indictment of me or just culture in general, but I accept no blame for it. Model parent is equal to model parent. Yeah. But I think I was ready about the names of the other ones, right? So pitching is up and down. Roll is like doing what people commonly associate with a barrel roll, but it's not actually a barrel roll. It's an aileron roll. And then yaw, I guess, is just turning how a regular person turns. Is that correct? I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Model. Actually, we can just do this. Model parent get child 0. There we go. This actually feels fairly stable. Like, it doesn't feel as slow as it usually does, which is nice. Alright, so we could connect to a bunch of signals, but we're not going to. I think so. I'm not sure since I always mix them up. Yeah, they all feel very same to me. I feel like pitch is definitely like looking up or looking down. That feels right. Because like if you pitch the joystick up or down, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm wrong. It's one of those things where I've learned the terminology before. However, I don't remember. Oh yeah, this is all I need. Yeah. And then I just need some way to get the data. Yeah, that's good enough, yeah, and ready. So now we'll have physics process. Just add static typing, just for the heck of it. I think my tea is almost ready, so or my tea is about ready to be steeped, so I'll be right back. We're steeping some chamomile. Chamomile if you are from the UK. Chamomile if you are from the US, which I am. Okay, so OpenCGD. So this needs to be OpenC data. Let's see. OpenC data. We can put that here, I guess. So OpenC data is a dictionary, I think, right? No. OpenSea data. No, OpenSea data comes from OpenCPace. OpenCPace has OpenSea data. Then we just need to store that more or less. So we'll do OpenSea data, which is equal to OpenCPace dot OpenSea data. Can I do this? Yeah. Okay. And we can assign a class name to this. Why not? Class name OpenCPace. Nope. Class OpenCPace hides an auto load singleton. All right, very nice. At least it's a very descriptive error, as opposed to parser failure, which is what used to happen. Okay. So physics process, blah blah blah. We'll have OpenC data is equal to OpenCPace get OpenC data. Face ID is probably 0. Don't remember why I even have that available to be modified. Yeah, it's an export var for whatever reason. Yeah. Export vars, which you can see here, I'm not using an export var, I'm using onReady vars. Export vars are mostly for like game designing, right? Because you want your game designers to be able to modify values without having them like to actually touch any code. But I don't know. I can see why you would want to, right? Because you don't want your game designers just making random changes, especially if your code base is, you know, in flux, as they say. At the same time, I feel like a game designer who doesn't know how to program is probably a bad game designer. Because they don't really know what the limitations of their system are, right? If I think, yeah, let's just change this to OpenC data is equal to null, or OpenC data fit 3D error is greater than OpenCPace max 3D fit error. Okay. Then we'll return. Let's see. Oof. Okay, so this is a lot of the interpolation stuff, which I'm not going to do. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Don't need interpolation. I think I'm just going to send it. So we'll do model. So model 100% is going to be some sort of base model. Did that not load into the system? Did I not call this basic? Oh, I called this basic model like an idiot. Base model. Then this one needs to be base model. Well, they could at least try to understand with nodes, which would heavily limit their possibilities, but at least they don't have to offload impossible. I think you mean important design decisions. Yeah, I think if you're talking about like visual scripting, yeah. I think the problem is with visual scripting, you still need to, you know, that's like an entirely different programming language that you need to learn. And so there's not really a lot of interop between like real programming and visual programming, right? Like they call the same engine processes, but like like I've done a fair amount of visual programming, or I guess flow-based programming before, which is, you know, Salesforce kind of stuff, and that is tough. That is tough. Because it's like you basically need to know, you need to learn how to like do flow programming, and it also messes with a lot of stuff because now when you're talking about like flows in Salesforce, are you talking about like a Salesforce flow, or are you just talking about like application flow, which is a more general topic? And so it's gotten me a few times because I'll be talking to people like businessy types, and I'll be like, yeah, the flow in Salesforce is just throwing me, and then they're like, oh, I know the flows in Salesforce. I'm like, oh, cool. Send me some documentation, and then they just send me like a programming reference on Salesforce flows. I don't need this programming docs. I need like Like, how does the data flow? I don't care about the actual implementation. I mean, impossible, as you said, they won't know what limits the system they would have. Like, they tell you to do X, but X is impossible. Nothing's impossible, per se. There's always a workaround. You can cheat it. But I guess if you want to... If we want to limit it to things that are not cheated, then yes, I suppose. Maybe. Maybe impractical would be better. No, I feel like if you had your designer just do a lot of visual scripting, it wouldn't just... I think it would be more of a hamper than just asking them to learn how to program, because then it kind of restricts their decision making even more, right? Because then they'll be like, oh, like this is too hard to do in visual scripting, so it must be too hard to do in like the actual program. No, it's not. It's not too hard. It's actually very easy. It's just hard to do visually, right? So it kind of misleads you into what is, you know, feasible, you know? Alright, let's just store head translation like this. So this comes from something. OpenSea data. Translation. And then this one is head rotation. It's equal to OpenSea data. Let's see, raw Euler. This should be fine. And then I just need to correct this, right? So if head rotation dot x is less than 0, 0, then we'll do head rotation. I call this corrected Euler in my original code. Because the problem is that I think it's Godot that's what's the word? Modifies these values implicitly. Right, so there's like rotation, so you can have positive rotation or negative rotation. It might be me whenever I'm actually getting this value, OpenSea data, raw Euler. Because there is just like a receiving function here. So that might be me. However, I'm reading raw Euler. I don't remember how I'm reading it though. Raw Euler, read vector 3. Read vector 3 is... No, I'm right. No, I'm wrong. No, I'm right. I'm not sure. This is just converted from C# Unity C# code. So I don't really know how the implementation works. I just rewrote it in GD script. But anyways, sometimes it gives me a negative value, and I cannot use a negative value here, which is what this is supposed to do. So if it's negative, just, you know, add 360 to it. To unnegative it, and that's actually more or less the correct value. All right, so model, move, head. So this is head translation, and I'm just gonna hard code a few values. So I believe the translation adjustment is 0.1, which is very neat. Then head rotation times 0.001. Right? Actually, what do I use? I use 0.3 and 0.02. 0.3 and then 0.02. Alright, cool. So what I need to do now is add a camera to the screen. Don't forget to do that, that's very important, otherwise we won't be able to see anything. So let's do Control A, camera, 3D. Where's my camera? Make this the current camera. Jack up the, I guess we don't need to jack up the FOV. What is the current FOV that I use? Main screen, camera, I use a 70 FOV camera and OpenSea face. I guess if it works, it works. I've never had to adjust it, so I guess it's fine. What does this look like? Just a big duck. Up. Big duck. Is this okay? Slightly smaller duck. Is this okay? I need like a half transform. So we go up 1.5. I don't know. That seems okay. Let's set the current as our thing to start, and then we just crash immediately. Very good. What happened? Condition. Not S data. Scene data is valid. Returning null pointer. Very good. Where? Oh, and then the the log just kind of cuts off in the middle of it. First is not a null pointer. Failed loading screen. Display screen. Okay. This is display screen. One of these null pointered. Pass? I don't know. Is it because of this? Is it because of the type? Please don't null pointer. Oh, null pointer. Oh no, now it's leaking? Alright, so just dump the entire application. That's good. Yeah, baby. Tell me more about your leaky application. Oh no. Scene file duck text scene appears to be invalid/corrupt. Really? Invalid/corrupt. Oh, that's good. What? How? Does that mean I won't be able to open up this screen either? Oh my god. What the heck? Alright, send it, dude. I don't care, send it. Open up this. It appears to be invalid, corrupt. At some point I have to try to add virtual camera support. Do you mean virtual camera support to which thing? What are you talking about? I think you can, as long as you have OBS, I think you can add just random, you can start up a second virtual camera somehow. Just have the model stream as a virtual webcam. Oh yeah, I think that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. Like, doesn't OBS already have virtual camera support built in? So you could just do that somehow? I've seen it before. Maybe not in this version of OBS that I'm running right now, but I do remember seeing a virtual camera option somewhere. Yeah, OBS, very powerful. Very, very powerful. I was surprised when I learned that, like, it was pretty hard to do virtual camera stuff, and that OBS just does a lot of it for you. All right, I'm not sure what got corrupted, but I guess we'll try to figure it out. So we need to have Node 3D. The main 2 points would be to have the option to use it in Discord without OBS and be able to stream the model without showing the interface. Visual camera seems to be easier on Linux than on Windows. Yeah. I think it's hard on both because it's not something that's built into the OS, isn't it? That's right. Like you need to use an external library, and there's just not too many libraries for doing something like that. It is built in, like, is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. I haven't done too much research on it. Yeah. Yet another win for Linux. Hooray. Alright. I don't really know what broke, but we're gonna try it again. V4L2, the subsystem that handles Linux webcams and video inputs, is the same system that allows virtual cameras. Oh. Interesting. Did not know that. Did not know that. Yeah, but unfortunately, my main focus, because my main development platform of choice is Windows, because I'm a masochist apparently. And I feel like, well, actually for this application, it looks like most users of it are Linux. So I suppose it does make sense to actually try to focus more on Linux. So I should really get around to it at some point. I think it only needs a loopback module added to it that can be installed with one command. I've done no research. That makes sense, I guess. If it's already built in, then it shouldn't be too hard to actually expose it. Windows is a bit harder, I think. And if it's not easy to do on Windows, then I just kind of ignore it. Or I ignore the rest. Alright, so let's save this. This one doesn't have a script on it, but we can attach... We can just attach a script, I guess. Base model. Load. Welcome to the team. And then we can go into... display screen, add the duck under Node 3D. So this is model parent, so that the script doesn't break. Also now there's a second system that allows it on Linux, which is Pipewire. Much use, but the future could make it even easier. I've heard of Pipewire. Isn't Pipewire like the new audio, or I guess is it just I/O in general, or not I/O, multimedia I/O? Like, wasn't Pipewire mostly for like audio? Is that right? Audio and video? Okay. I've read a few Reddit threads on that, but I'm very, very underread on the entire Pipewire stuff. Alright, so there's our duck. Let's actually store states. So we'll do VSS git add all, I guess. Sure. Send me. Gets. Oh no. Remove. There's a lot of things to remove, so let's go here. Remove. License. Readme. Demo. Oh, okay, hold on. Git restore docs. Actually, Pipewire was previously called Pulse Video. They mostly did video in the same way audio worked, but then added audio as well. Or is it really? Isn't Pulse Audio? Pulse Audio is the old audio system though, isn't it? Right? And then I guess Pulse Video was the next iteration of it? Is that how that works? And then wasn't Jack like the newer iteration? Not iteration, it's just like a completely rewrite, a modern rewrite of, or not a modern rewrite, modern implementation of Pulse Audio. Yes, Pulse Video, which is meant to as an add-on. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Git restore resources. Okay. So we can git restore. I cleared the folder just so I didn't have to deal with any of Godot's BS. Because it only allows you to create projects in empty folders. But then also, there's a lot of these things that I don't need. Oh, did I? Hold on. Deleted, that's good. Yeah. Git restore demo.gif. Git rm exports tests. Okay. Git rm recursive. Git add underscore Godot. Actually, we don't want to do that, right? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's get rid of the .Godot, because that's the import stuff, right? So how do you remove things? I forget. Git restore staged. .Godot. No, Jack did everything completely differently, and it isn't actually that new. Okay, but it's not the... Jack isn't the default for a lot of systems, right? I guess if you're using something that's like cutting edge or bleeding edge, like Fedora or maybe Arch, you could get it. You could set it as your default. Like, isn't Fedora uses Wayland as its default display compositor? It's not using X anymore, which is pretty cool. Echo, Godot, get, ignore. Yeah, I guess like that. Get, add, get, ignore, commit, start, Godot for rewrite. There we go. Just so we have our state saved. Very nice. Pipewire's next iteration of Pulse Video that added raw audio support has similar features as Jack, but the real feature is that it has more potential than Jack is that it is Pulse compatible. I still use X11 since Wayland has some issues with Wine and NVIDIA still. I'll switch sooner than later. Okay, cool. Cool. I don't know. I think fortunately it works for pretty much all the business applications I need to use it for, which is just running just virtualization software. Not even virtualization software, it's just connecting to a remote desktop. So I barely even use most of the features on my Fedora laptop. I think that should be fine. Hopefully this doesn't corrupt itself, so yeah, we're good right now. Send it. Select current. It breaks. That's good, because there is no... What is it called? Does duck not have... Oh, it's called a skeleton 3D. Not a skeleton. Skeleton 3D. Okay, send me one more time. Oh, there we go. It's very dark. It's a bit ominous, actually. Main issue with Jack is that it's almost completely incompatible with most software, so everyone uses a Jack plus Pulse setup, which doesn't fix the Pulse issues. It just adds some Jack features, and then also the Jack Jack issues. You know, inserts the XKCD thing here. You know, we want to have, you know, let's create a new standard. They'll fix everything, and now there's whatever. Alright, I'm gonna get myself some tea really quick. Forgot to use my AFK screen again. Hello. Adds more issues than it fixes. Audio rerouting of Jack is pretty much the only thing why you would want to use it. Such a set, but Pipewire has the same feature. However, it's still in development. Okay. Very good. Gotta love things that are still in development. Okay, but I didn't know it was based off of Pulse though. That's neat. Oh, attempted the free invalid ID. Did anything change on this side? Git status. Base model change. What's the diff? Oh, yeah, that was me. Haha. Gets. Commits. Fix up. Get rebase. Interactive. Had to. Fix up. Yeah. However, in Fedora, Pipewire is now default. I also found it more stable than Pulse. Neat. I wonder if my Fedora setup currently uses Pipewire. It might. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention. No, I still, on my current desktop, I still need to get like just a separate SSD to boot. Because I don't want to contaminate my Windows, I guess, SSD with a Linux partition. Not that there's anything wrong with a Linux partition, but Windows doesn't really Windows doesn't play nice, unfortunately. Yeah, which is more saying about the state of Pulse when a development when a software in development beats it. Well, you know, there's a few issues, right? One is that isn't like Pulse is like super old. So that's why like rewrites of anything with more, you know, newer knowledge about how things, you know, work will always help. I mean, as long as you're also willing to break compatibility as well. What's a physical sky? Oh, that looks horrible. Turbidity. What is turbidity? Sets the thickness of the atmosphere. High turbidity creates a foggy looking atmosphere, while low turbidity results in a clear atmosphere. Oh, is this like actual like physical based rendering? Or like, what is it called? whatever this means. Windows doesn't really like sharing. Yeah. So we're getting to it. So hopefully I'll have a better development environment, at least for testing out this piece of software on Linux. I don't really. What is a SunDisk scale? No. What I'm interested though in running is whatchamacallit? What's the Rust OS that they're making, or the Rust kernel, and thus also the Rust OS, which is supposed to be, is it POSIX compliant as well? Redux, yeah, now that looks cool. That looks cool. SunDisk. Default value is based off of Sol's default. I don't know. So this is a physical sky, which means that there's like clouds and stuff. Oh god. My eyes. It's so bright. Is this like the ground? The ground color is just white as well? Oh, I make it brown. Oh, look, we're now in a desert. Look at that. Yeah, I think the turbidity? What's changing when I mess with the turbidity? I can't really tell. It looks cloudier, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Rendering is something I want to learn more about, but there's just so much dithering. No, it isn't fully compliant since they use a bit different file system architecture. I think they said POSIX is too old to properly support a microkernel. That's true. They are rewriting a lot of the stuff to be, or I guess a lot of old POSIX software, or the mainstays, right, to be compatible. Or am I misremembering? So it's not gonna, maybe it's not fully POSIX compliant, but it should still work with a lot of POSIX stuff. I mean, the POSIX standard is pretty old, so you know. Controls the strength of me scattering for the sky. Me scattering results from light colliding with larger particles, like water. On Earth, me scattering. Why is Earth? Earth, this is a grammar mistake. Earth is capital E, unless we're trying to call it Terra. Scattering results in a whitish color around the sun and horizon. Sun and horizon. So we do. It's so bright. Look at how desolate it is. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's neat. Controls the direction of the me scattering. A value of 1 means that when light hits a particle, it's passing through straight forward. A value -1 means that all lights... What? 1. Backwards. 1. I don't know. Main issue might be the namespaces. So for example, on a init, something namespace for the init file system, I think the namespace for all the drivers, etc. I don't know. I don't know. Namespaces? I don't know. I thought namespaces were like a C thing. Are you talking about... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about kernel development to be able to talk intelligently about that. Sorry. Anyways, let's just run this and see how it looks. Interesting. So is the camera not using it? So I guess, can I quick load this asset? It's still very dark. Why isn't this working? I have like a regular world environment, and then I also just have another environment on my camera. Huh. Yeah, I've done... Like, I followed a tutorial in order to start a kernel before in a virtual box. Or in a VM. And that was very boring. So this is how it should be looking. I got this working somewhat before. So this is the current camera. We have an environment. Is it because... Oh, what the heck? Interesting. I don't know. Let's just get rid of physical sky, and then we'll go to something I actually know how to use, which is procedural sky. It's very ugly, but that's okay. We crashing? No. Should allow the kernel to quickly determine the driver that is responsible for the file system faster than a single root file system, which is critical since the microkernel loses performance by the higher amount of context switches. You gain some or you lose some. That makes sense. So you don't have to switch as much, so you gain performance. Yes, that makes sense to me, I think. But I don't know. The Linux kernel is a mono... Oh, look at that. Okay, I guess the physical thing just doesn't work. So procedural sky definitely works. I guess the physical sky doesn't work, although the physical sky looks interesting. And also, I think it looked a bit better as well. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Having a lot of errors right now. Was this condition not li is true continuing? Pre-process gi. Hey, how do I use this? Sign, distance, spiel, global illumination. Light leaks. Seems to not be working. Yeah. I mean, the Linux kernel is a monolithic kernel, right? And then it's really only the more modern kernels that have gone for the microkernel architecture. Is that correct? Linux is mostly monolithic. Try adding it, making it more hybrid with it. Init, RAM, FSO, boot, but doesn't make it that much monolithic. Yeah. Neat. I don't really have any. Don't really have anything else to add to that, other than like that's neat. That's cool. Don't know too much else about kernel development. It's not my thing. Oh jeez. Why is it so strong? Oh, is it because I just have the light here, so I need to move my main light back. Oh, and I also need to reset the transform. I should move the main light thing here. It doesn't really do anything for me. SD. So I know that I've seen some updates on SDFGI, Sign Distance Field Global Illumination. So it'd be really cool to have this working. Oh, you know what? Something is happening. It looks different. I am getting like a million errors. But look. Look here, so if I click on this, look at that. Oh, wait. What's... So it like, color changes and then it fades back. Sometimes. Yeah. The Windows kernel, Windows NT kernel at least, is monolithic as well. I'm pretty sure I've heard that before. Hey. I don't know. Let's send it. Looks pretty good. Not really. This fog is horrible though. What the heck? Alright, get out of here. Let's add volumetric fog. Oh jeez. What the heck? Did you see that? It kind of like filled in like little by little. That's cool. Add some, I don't know, ambient light, reflected light, sure. Oh, hello, Needle Mouse, welcome back. Bit hard to say what's better. Monolithic is faster because it doesn't need to switch context for driver calls. Harder interface, but it's less secure since all modules share a single address space, and a crash in the driver crashes the entire system. Oh baby. Windows NT tried to be hybrid with most things implemented in user space, but it isn't really what people call a microkernel. Interesting. Interesting. I have no idea. Also, volumetric fog doesn't appear to do anything. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just move the camera a little closer, and then we can start trying to map this. So I'll need to turn off my tracking at some point. Yeah, so isn't like Redux OS is a microkernel. Isn't Fuchsia, Google's new fancy new OS, is also a microkernel? Or is that like a nano kernel even? I don't know. Isn't Plan 9 a microkernel? If we're talking about just random stuff that no one really uses. Okay. So what is the debugger complaining about? Using Godot to make Godot. There are many microkernels. Nice. So some videos of someone who's doing a 2D game in Godot and they managed to make their background 3D with 2D assets on it. I want to go back to learning Godot now. That's not hard. Question mark. So there's a few ways that you can do that. Minix is also microkernel. GNU Herd. Yeah, but Herd is not... Herd is one of those things that's just like perpetually in development, isn't it? Yeah, like I'm still a noob. It's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, there's a few ways that you can do a 2D game with 3D backgrounds, right? So you can do it in 2D space, and then you would just have a 3D scene be rendered through a separate viewport. Basically, you have a camera inside of your camera, if you want to think about it like that. Or you can do it in 3D space, and then just lock your thing's position onto one axis. Yeah. There's Debian GNU herd. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah, I've read up somewhat on GNU herd. The last parts of the GNU hardware suite, software suite. So you have excuse me, it's actually Linux plus GNU because GNU never really got their operating system stuff together. Let me see. How would I map these? Oh, it's because this doesn't have a script attached to it. It's load this, save, run. Doesn't appear to do anything. So I should, when this runs, right, this should be loading in several things, the app manager and the OpenCPace GD. So then we go to OpenCPace on ready. Oh, actually on ready, this doesn't do anything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my face tracker here. Not this one, stop the tracker. And then we'll start experimenting with this one that I'm playing with in Godot 4. And then after that, once I get the tracking working, then we can start actually working on making it look good, which hopefully shouldn't be too bad. It's funny, since no one really classifies GNU as an OS without GNU herd. Only hardcore GNU fans and people that don't know what an OS is. Linux called Linux. Bizarre naming. Well, it's because Linux is just the kernel, right? And then all the other stuff is basically GNU. I hope some new updates with C# Godot can happen. What do you mean? Even Linus called it bizarre naming. Yeah, well, I think it's like to. It's so people say like when people say Linux, right? They're usually referring to like the operating system backed by the Linux kernel plus all the GNU utilities. So I think it's fair. I think, in my opinion, that might be a hot take to call it GNU/Linux or Linux/GNU. But I think at some points, yeah, it does get a little ridiculous. But Linux is just the kernel. Linux is not the other stuff. Yeah. What are you looking for with like C# Godot needle mouse? All right, so I'm not gonna be tracking anymore. OS doesn't really classify any utilities or library. The OS is just the scheduling hardware interface, which Linux does on its own. Well, I suppose if you want to use the dictionary definition. I feel like when most people refer to like using an operating system or they're installing an operating system, are you using Windows or Linux? And it's like I use AOS, right? So it's like the ability to boot and then also like do things that are useful on it. Right. How do I want to start this? I think we'll just start it like here, like start receiver. Then Linux GNU is not complete either. Yeah, well, yeah, because it doesn't have any hardware, right? Or hardware interfaces. You still need the other drivers to actually interface with it, which GNU does not provide drivers, I think. Maybe it does. I don't know, actually. Don't know enough. Seems a bit buggy, even though I used some tutorials with it, but I haven't used it in a bit, so I can try to use it again. I don't know, C# with Godot seems pretty good as long as you do everything from Visual Studio Code. I think that's what I've kind of figured out while using it, is that if you try to debug from Godot, it's probably going to break your mono configuration. But I don't know, it's just like a different way of doing it, and almost no one does C# tutorials for Godot, so which makes it a bit more difficult. So there are a few oddities between GDScript and C#. Linux, glibc, GNU utils, x11. Whatever. Yeah. You know, we're not trying to be dictionary perfect. We're just trying to communicate the best we can. You know? Display screen. What does get OpenC data do? Do you think this will work? Run it. Wait for my camera to start running. Doesn't appear to be doing anything. Look at this. Oh geez. Oh geez. What happened? Non-existent function is active in base thread. Okay, cool. Is it? I don't think it's running another instance of my face tracker. It just tried to. Oh, you know, the thread probably started running. Oh, but do I? Oh, I don't have the. I don't have the face tracker here actually. So instead of actually putting the face tracker in the same directory, what I'm going to do is go here. If it's is debug build, we'll just go globalize paths. So go dot dash. So now we're in our root directory dot dash. Open C face GD dash exports. It's beautiful. I love it. We're also not printing anything to the output. Yeah, it only prints. Yeah, what the heck? I always did inside of Godot. Yeah, so you can't do C# in Godot. You must use an external editor. Otherwise, I don't think it's gonna work very well. Yeah. Yeah. If you go with what the user sees, then GNU Linux. And when you go with what does the hardware abstraction, then Linux is on its own. It's Artix Linux, which has no GNU in it. That's fair enough. But yeah, if you're doing C# in Godot, you cannot do C# in. We're using C# with Godot. Then you cannot do C# development within the Godot editor since there's not enough tooling. I would not recommend doing that. I think this is okay now, by the way. Although I think it might have missed this part. So what we're going to do is get rid of this. Get rid of this. Actually, bring all of this back. Let's grab. Copy and paste. Delete this part here, and then we'll just use that exe path with no modifications. Possibly. That should be fine. Mainly the issue with GNU Linux is for example, real-time OSs are usually just the real-time hardware abstraction and scheduling that have no command line interface at all, but they are operating systems. I don't know too many real-time OSs. that's even farther down that rabbit hole. I don't know. That's more a bit too specialized for me. What if I did a program in Godot that can have you do C# in Godot? I don't know, maybe. I suppose like that could be possible, right? Because you can just write an editor plugin for Godot. And then as long as you interface with the language server protocol for C#, it could work. It would be a bit weird for sure. Also, I forgot to change the error. So now I think we're leaking. We're probably leaking stuff at this point. Yeah, very good. Stop receiver. The threads have. Okay, give me the Godot docs latest. Give me the stable docs. Or no, give me the latest docs. So we go to Godot API thread, just so I can have this open on another screen. Yeah. Let's see. I think I go with what Linus said. You want to call your distro GNU Linux, then do it. You get to name the thing, but not every Linux is GNU Linux. This is true. Not every Linux is GNU Linux, because not every Linux has GNU tools, as you said. This is true. art in Blender. Yeah, you do you do actually do art in Blender. I'm not sure what the point was, but it is a true statement. Is alive, is started. Wait. Oh, the documentation has not been updated yet. Look at that. So here you see that is active. This is still it. However, it's changed to be is alive and then is started. Interesting. No, I mean you can do. Have you looked into, if you're like into Blender, Needle Mouse, have you looked into the grease pencil tool in Blender? I think that's pretty neat. Let me see. I think I actually have a YouTube video for you if you're interested. I was gonna do something with that, but then I just ran out of time. Let me see. I think it's in my game dev playlist, so I can just give it to you. Yeah. Please don't play. Please don't auto start. Ah. Just give me the URL. Let me slap this into here. So this is how you would do like 3D art, I guess. So it's mostly like actual drawing. It's pretty cool. You might be interested. Okay, so I can't use the online documentation because it's not. Turns true. Yeah, the online documentation is not up to date. Let's see. Can we call without blocking the calling thread? The check if a thread is joinable. Turns true if the thread has started. Once started, it will turn true until it's joined using wait to finish. Wait, what's the difference? Wait. What's the difference? So is alive returns true if the thread is currently running, yeah. Useful for determining if wait to finish can be called without blocking the calling thread, sure. The check if a thread is joinable, use is started. Returns true if this thread has been started. Once started, this will return true until it is joined using wait to finish. For checking if a thread is still executing its task, use is alive. Oh, okay, so is alive. Wait. So it's once you start the thread, it's always is started. But then if the thread is Isn't it? The thread is always running though. Once you started it, am I missing something? This is so hot, juice box. Tacky games, no time. Perhaps. It's a good tutorial because he's a. And also, I remember reading one of the top comments on a video. It's like it's because his accent. It's like he's speaking in italics. It's a very fancy accent. I had to learn Blender. I feel bad because I actually did 3D character design in 2015. I stopped for some reason and don't remember much. Blender's changed a lot, for real. Especially from like pre 2.8 or 2.80, I should say. Imagine how much money I could make if I was still able to make and rig 3D characters. Perhaps I think rigging isn't too bad. I like rigging characters. I hate doing the modeling part, but rigging, I feel like rigging makes a lot of sense to me. It's just really tedious, but that's okay with me. Like weight painting is also like a huge pain, but that's fine. I can deal with it. Is alive. Yeah, that's what we want. Anyways, I don't think it's actually starting anything. Listening for data at localhost. Oh no, it's my IP address. Start receiver. What does start receiver do? Start receiver, perform reception. Where do I listen for data at? Start receiver, that's us. starts. It's not actually doing anything though. Right, because it should be mapping my tracking data, and also I should see that my camera lights up, but it has not. You close it. Wait for it to close. Not responding. That's a good sign. I guess threads are broken. Are threads still broken in Godot 4? Or not still broken? Are threads just broken in general in Godot 4? I was able to do all of it since I was actually planning on making a 3D game, but after we stopped, I never did anything again. You never did anything ever again? That's pretty sick. That's pretty, it's pretty intense. Never did anything ever again in your entire life. He's like a rock. It's like a statue. He doesn't breathe. I think I would like to do a 3D game as well. The hardest thing about that, like I think working in 3D, once you figure out how to actually work in 3D, I think it feels more natural. And also making assets is slightly more, I don't know. It's easier for me who's bad at drawing, right? Like if you look at this asset, you can kind of see the basic structure of how I made it, which is basically just a cylinder. I went with I think it was like an 8-sided cylinder, and then I just made the the middle of it thinner and called it a day. As opposed to having to, you know, rig and draw my own duck, that would be pretty difficult. What am I looking for, by the way? Thread. Eating, no drinking, no sleeping. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a frig if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. Wait, no. How does last resort go? Papa Roach. Want to use Blender as an alternative to After Effects? You can get After Effects CS5 for free from installing legit serial code, but my PC is doo-doo. Is Blender like in it? Blender's not really an alternative to After Effects. After Effects is like it's just like a VFX tool, right? Whereas Blender's a 3D modeling tool that you can also do, you know, movies in, or 3D animations. So if you wanted to get, I guess, fancier VFX, you would be better off doing it in After Effects. Like, yeah, you can do like a smoke simulation in Blender, but I think that would add a lot of time to your overall rendering, whatever. And it would be a little bit harder as well. If I would at least remember some of the anatomy, I would be able to draw better, but even then, even that went away. I don't know. Just completely forget anatomy. It's okay. Just call it your distinctive art style. I don't know, what am I looking for? I can close this. It's like it's waiting for the thread to finish, but it's not finishing, perhaps? What is the thread stuff called? Callable. Yeah, this is the callable. While not stop reception. Do I have stop reception? Stop reception. Oh, did I never set? No, I did. I think Blender can actually do VFX. It has a video editor built in, and I think Captain Disillusion used it for VFX. Yeah. It can do VFX, but it's not built for it, whereas After Effects is built for it. Like, you can use Blender for a lot of things, right? Like, they even have, like, a game engine, or they used to have a game engine built in Blender as well. And now if you want to use a game engine that's built into Blender, you have to use something completely different. Blender is super powerful, but, like, should you... Just because you can doesn't mean you should. If you have to, then yes, but that's a different question entirely. Oh, you know what? It never logs this message, or is it? Yeah, it never logs this message, right? Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Huh. Hold on. So we'll just get rid of this entire block, I guess. Boing boing. Dun dun. And then this, I guess. Yeah, I think this entire block is messing me up. How do I know? I have no idea, but I'm just kind of throwing out a Hail Mary here. I don't really know what's going on. What I do know is that we never got to this part. Yeah. Might as well get a better PC for After Effects CS5. Yeah, if you want to do 3D stuff, you don't really have too much of an option. You could always join a render farm if you have the ability to leave your computer on all night. And then you can, get into the render farm queue. Do some rotoscoping. Who needs an operator? Just use Blender as Python, yeah. Game engine, video editor. Photo editing, yeah. 3D, 2D with the grease pencil add-on. I tried to watch Spaceballs once, but it was a bit too cringe for me. Alright, so we get rid of this. So we get... Actually... Hold on. Wait a minute. Listening is false. Hey. Wait, no. Yeah, that should be fine, right? No? Yeah, like Spaceballs is one of those things where I really do need to watch it because I see the references everywhere. But I don't know, I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. It's just too painful for me. I hate watching. Like I feel secondhand embarrassment, which might be a bit weird. Alright, so we're listening for data. We never get to this part. It looks like. Right? But it's just stuck somewhere. I don't know where it's stuck. And I'm not getting any more print statements either. Hey. So, I don't know. Let's just do a direct print after or in start receiver. Let's see if we're even able to hit it at manager with a log message here. Hello. I found out in Hispanic culture, when you press your cheek on the side as a greeting, I've been doing the wrong thing. Is that a joke about like accidentally kissing people on the cheeks? Their lower cheeks? If you feel secondhand embarrassment, then you do it right. You are meant to feel that when questioning humanity. Guess I'm more human than I thought. Turns out I'm not actually a rubber duck. What a disappointment. My aunts and other family kiss cheek kisses, and I thought it was that way. I actually don't really know. I thought it was like you press your cheek against their cheek and then make the kissing noise. I've always thought it was that way. I didn't think anyone actually like kissed each other on the cheek when they saw each other, which is also, by the way, one of those things that may or may not be going away after COVID. Maybe I'll stay there. I don't know. It's kind of gross though. I don't want to be kissed by random people on the cheek. That's also because I'm allergic to touch. So I cannot. I highly dislike being touched by other people. If only because it's kind of like a really big commitment. Oh, did I type in the wrong thing, by the way? And that's why... Nope, it's not there. So we're not able to run. Excuse me. It must be the thread that's failing to start. You know what? I'm gonna grab more tea so I can actually clear my throat. BRB. Hello, hello, I'm back. My music has stopped as well. Hey? Is my music not playing? Or is it just... Oh, okay, no. It's just that this song has a really long quiet period. Today my new Switch will arrive. Thanks Amazon for saving my network. Nice. Amazon has lost several of my packages already. Pretty much they steal... it must be like the Amazon delivery driver is like stealing my my packages, but only the expensive ones. Congrats on getting the new Nintendo Switch OLED screen. That's definitely what you were talking about. You don't do that great to strangers, only my family. Let's get a UPS to save. What's a UPS? Is it a... That's one of those backup power supplies? Is that what it is? Save my... I saw proprietors next time the power company fails to deliver power. You must live in California. And Ducky has COVID. I think it's unlikely that I have COVID, but it's possible. I've thought about it actually recently. I might have had it. Because I've found that it's slightly more difficult for me to run, but it might just be like the absolute prodigious amount of drinking that I've been doing, but maybe not. Oh, hold on. What was that? No, that's fine. No? What's going on? Invalid UUID using text path instead? Sure. Listening for data, and then there's nothing else here except like for when we try to close stuff and then it just kind of breaks. Yeah, I don't know. Server listen. Yeah, so that's the server starting. Oh, wait, hold on. Does listen block? No. Maybe? Is this blocking? Is this a blocking action? I don't think I need to run the... I don't think this just opens the server, right? Maybe not. Heard my PC's fans spool up. No. Still don't see anything here, so we're not even starting the server. Still can't close the application either. Uninterrupting power supply, I think that's what it means. I've been watching old 2000s videos, mostly one 4chan animation, just the one animation. Is it really that enthralling? Okay. Live in Austria. We have 2 main power lines in our town. One of them goes over the mountaintop and is weaker, so it usually shuts down during storms, and when we have heavy winds, it sometimes takes out the main power line. Oh baby. Are you also a warrior phoenix who may or may not also be a VTuber in their free time? Sick reference. High five myself. He's done it. There's like very few things I know about Austria. One, that's where Arnold Schwarzenegger is from. Very good. Maybe, but maybe not. Ooh, it's possible. Please notice me, senpai. I'll use a voice changer if I must. I've considered like, what if I just restart like streaming entirely, but like, one, get like an actual model, and two, just use a voice changer. Wouldn't that be sick? And then like document the entire thing and just be like, this is how I catfished like 10,000 people. Check it out. And like do that, but don't play video games. Just do the same thing that I've always been doing, which is just programming. I've wondered, like, would people rather watch like a guy program or like a girl program? I'm pretty sure. It's not sexist or anything. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that maybe if I ran my voice through a voice changer, people were like, oh, how cute. Get an actual model and just make we could just make your duck pink. Nice. I could. It's not too hard. I need to find the original blend file for the duck. But as mentioned before, the duck is also just a very, very simple model. I want to know what's going wrong here, though. Yeah. Okay, so we're able to get to receive thread new. Can we get past here? Last time I used the debugger in Godot, it crashed, so that's why I'm not using the debugger and instead just using print statements. ASDF, yes. Okay, so it's something in the received thread start. So start returns okay on success or error can't creates on failure. Okay, so let's actually just do this. If start is not okay, then let's do an app manager log massage error. So let's see. Is it an error? No. But also, hold on. I'm pretty sure we're not able to get to here either. ASDF, right? And girls seem more special and out of place since girls in tech are a bit less common. Yeah. No one streamer, that does Unity game development, and there's some others, so they become more common. Well, it's because that's all kind of what I'm saying, right? There's like, how many game dev streamers are there? There's very few. But of and I'm not salty or anything. I just understand that's how it is, right? But how many, I guess, girl game dev streamers are there that are also, I guess, lower viewer count? Most of them fairly high up. ASDF. So the thread does start, but then it just kind of loops, question mark? Where it doesn't even get to this part? Maybe it does? Yeah. Isn't the girl streamer that you're talking about is Lana Lux, right? I know, because she was doing the Ludum Dare stuff. Start at the very top of the featured streamers list. I don't know. Finish. Yeah. So it's not able to run this. Does this need to have... Is it just throwing like a silent error? So we're able to get past here. Apparently it started all right. But then here, it doesn't do anything? I don't know. Let's see. Start a new thread that calls callable with user data, passes an argument. Even if no... Oh, it must accept one argument. Really? I don't know. ASDF. That's your argument, and then we won't do anything with it. Send me. Yeah. So that's the argument. Passed as an argument. And you can pass null in as the arguments as well. So you can, I don't know, I mean, I can pass in a string and then do nothing with it, right? I remember that this used to be one of the things you must do for starting a thread. Callable must accept one argument and it will be null. Priority of the thread can be changed. No, don't want to do that. You know what? Let's look at the source. I'm gonna look at the engine source. I'm missing something here, but it shouldn't be too bad to find. Oh no, I have just a million things open. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, unless I have to check the name because I usually only remember the profile pics. Must be pretty hard to remember my profile pic. I guess, unless, doesn't my profile picture... Oh, no. It has no filtering on it now. But when you blow it up, it tends to look pretty bad since it's only like 8x8. Yeah, I know other streamers. The biggest Godot streamer is it's either Mrs. or Jitspo. Done my research. Let's see. This is what I'm currently on. Where's thread defined? Thread. Is it IO? Can I just do, what's the search? Thread. Core OS. Oh yeah, it's probably one of these, right? I don't know. Minecraft skin? No. I think it's just like I don't even know what I was doing at the time, but like this profile picture, I've had it for a while. I've just used it for pretty much everything. Like I think I made it more than, yeah, probably about 10 years ago. It's probably one of the first programming related profile pictures I've made. Oh, and this is also another bug where you cannot stop and restart the tracker from within the application here. It's broken. It used to be functional, but now it no longer works. I have no idea why. Don't start this up again. There we go. Send me. So now I'm just gonna spend a little time. We'll look through the source here. Well, you are top 6. It's only 6 online. Yeah, I'm top 6. I'm probably the lowest because I'm not doing game dev right now. But that's fine. I am probably just drawing in like a really random amount of viewers because they're like, oh, you know, this guy's doing Godot 4. And then they see that I'm just looking at documentation or just like failing to do much of anything at all. That's okay. You know, mission failed. We'll get them next time. Yeah, this is what I want. Thread. So starts. Callback. Sure. What is this? P user. Oh, that's user data, right? Or just it's a void pointer. That's fantastic. No, your place 4. Oh, I'm in 4th. Oh baby. Bottom 50%, but I'm at the top of the bottom 50%. I'll take it. Could be worse. What is that? That's 100 divided by 6. That is roughly 16, right? It's roughly 16. So 16, 32, 48. I'm in the 52nd percentile, roughly. Heck yeah. Coming up in the world. Everything has to be viewed positively. Yes. Unsigned integers only in this stream. Possibly unsigned floats. Are there such things as unsigned floats, by the way? I said it out loud and I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Unsigned floats? So some of these are private. Thread starts. Debug. In theory, yes. but it wouldn't be too standard. Yeah. No. I'll make my own language with unsigned floats. And blackjack. If thread, if ID, where's ID? Is ID just one of the class variables? Public, blah, blah, struct, settings, blah, ID, that's uppercase ID. This is lowercase ID. Private, my main thread ID. Here, okay, there we go. Yeah, this is implemented. I'm not getting any errors either, right? I wasn't getting any errors. Maybe I was getting errors and I'm just crazy and or dumb. Let's see. Bump bum. Attempting to free. Blah. I don't care. Finish. No, I think I'm right. Huh. I'm just not able to log a message. All right. Is it because I'm using my own kind of message logging utility that it's not working? I mean, this won't work, by the way, but I just want to see if this will. So let's do all of this stuff, except let's stop right before we actually create the process. So I'll run the thread. Okay, so the thread still isn't working then. So I thought that possibly one of the things that was causing this to fail is that, you know, this is synchronous, right? Everything happens in the same step, right? And so this is causing things to fail. So if I took out the create process call, maybe it would work. Wait a minute. Oh, look at that. It's completely recursive, I think, right? No, this is start receiver. Wait a minute. Start receiver. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Start receiver. This will loop endlessly. This loops endlessly? Is that it? Oh my god. Who wrote this? Is this how this works in my old application as well? Is that it just has like a part of it that loops endlessly? Oh my god. Start receiver. Start receiver. Starts a new thread. Oh my god. Oh, is that why my application right now is slightly broken? Is because it just calls itself again for whatever reason? Start receiver? Am I stupid? Oh no. This needs to this doesn't make any sense. I was just skimming over the last bit of code. I was thinking like, oh, this call looks a bit weird. Huh. Why did I have that? I was thinking, oh wait, start receiver. Start receiver goes back to this function, calls this. That's why it's not working. Alright. I'm feeling pretty smart. Stop the tracker. Officer, I spotted the yellow poly duck right in front of me. Down on the ground. Put your hands on the ground. Put your hands behind the ground. Stop resisting. Etc. Etc. Alright. Well, okay. Well, that still was not the answer. Probably? Okay, so we're still running into the problems. That's unfortunate. However, I think I did just solve like a random bug. Which is, for whatever reason... Oh no. I think my OBS stuff might crash really quickly, by the way. Yeah, I think the current version of this application that's running, which is on Godot 3, might be leaking like a bunch of threads every time you stop and start it. Because it creates at least 2 threads every single time that you start the tracking receiver. That's unfortunate. But that's not the problem here. So this is Godot 4. VSS, which is the next generation. We're not able to even hit this print statement, and I'm pretty sure this won't work either. So we'll do that, yeah. So I'm pretty sure breakpoints don't actually work, but maybe they do. Perform reception. No, perform reception, that's on something else, yeah. Receiver thread. Wait a minute, no. Wait, no. Am I not even calling this? Hold on. Perform reception, start receiver. Oh wait, do I not call start receiver anywhere? Is that it? No, I call start receiver here. Start tracker. Hit start receiver. Wait. No, that's, no. Wait. This might be right. This might be right as well. Was I looking at the wrong thing? I might be. So start tracker. Where is this called from? Start tracker. Oh. They're not related. Alright, ignore pretty much all the debugging we've done. I'm dumb. So on start tracker. No, not on start tracker. Yes, on start tracker. No. This doesn't take anything. This doesn't take anything. I'm just a big dummy. I was looking at the wrong function the entire time. Alright. So, we can uncomment this. We can run it again. Hopefully that should work. Assert false. Failed to start tracker. That's good. Which means that we can continue on. Press X. Okay, cool. Debugging skills clearly are not working properly, unfortunately. So let's see what happened. Starting face tracker. Starting face tracker. Starting face tracker. Where is starting face tracker? Here. Starting face tracker. Bum 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 bum. Failed to start tracker. Sure, because the EXE path was incorrect. Okay. Let me see. Resource, export. Let's give this a print and just see what this EXE path is. So we'll hit this, sure. And then what was the output? The output was C, that's me. Dev. Okay, so I'm missing one part. It's a malformed thingy. Anyways, this should be fine, right? So I start it. Wait for it. Face tracker started. He's doing it. Don't appear to be receiving any data, so let's close it. Okay. Failed to close, or failed to shut down the thread. So I need to do this manually. Go here, end task. Say goodbye. So on exit tree, stop receiver, and then also need to kill the face tracker PID. Really quickly, just for dev purposes. OS kill. So why doesn't this do anything? So this receiver should be receiving, of course. Start receiver, bum bum bum. Perform reception, if not stop reception, server pull. Blah, connection available. Yeah, and then here, it should be looping through many times. I don't know. So let's hit this with just a regular print, skipping, just to see if we're actually skipping. So OpenC data will be equal to OpenC face get OpenC data 0, or get OpenC data 0. I don't know what that does. That's just yeah, okay. That's a holdover from how things used to work in this application. also, really quickly. We'll go to video, window, do 1600 by 9. Tabbing through menu options is still kind of broken in Godot 4. Very cool. Okay. Okay, so it's just very rapidly skipping through pretty much all the log messages. And also it does not kill the face tracker, which is unexpected. Oh, actually, if I do it like this, if I kill it by... Oh, this is the wrong thing. This one, we want to kill it through here. Bum, 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 and then kill it by closing the window. Okay, cool. So that works. I'm just dumb. However, this part seems unlikely. So OpenC data map. Where does this come from? OpenC data map. So while offset is less than packet size, read from packet, and then the new data ID is equal to new data, offset plus equal packet frame size. And then the problem here is that our OpenC data is just null. Okay, so we're just skipping a bunch. Okay. Not much is true. We can do something here. Yeah. The connection is not null. Yeah. Perform reception, stop receiver. Let me think. It's a good way to debug this. Even in Godot 3, this is really difficult to debug. Because you're trying to look at data that's currently running on the thread. So, and that's not really how these things work. Huh. I don't know. Print statements. Packet to small. Then while. Then we can, then we can just do a print here at the very end. Print. Finish. Or read data. Yes. So let's try that one more time. Where are we at? I mean, it started. Face tracker started. Yeah. That's hard. That's hard. Could not call function, perform reception. Method expected 0 arguments, but was called with 1. Okay, we can just have that. No. A. Oh, is it because we're not performing the reception like ever? Is that really it, huh? Oh. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So, non-existent function set bone pose in base skeleton. Oh no, am I crashing? No, we're still fine. But I think my Windows Explorer might crash anytime now. I don't know why. It's happened a few times though. I feel like Windows for me is very, very buggy for whatever reason. Might be time to switch to Linux for reals. Use it as my daily driver. Probably not though. So it's set bone. Oh, okay. Set bone. What is this? Huh? Set bone, pose. Yeah. What is this? Set bone, pose. Position and rotation. So now I need to use quaternions in Godot 4? That's interesting, to say the least. I guess we'll do it. So you can get a set bone pose rotation. Head bone ID. You can get a quaternion by doing this. Quaternion head transform. Can you not? Wait. You used to be able to do this, I think. Tell me more about quaternions. You used to be able to do that. That's tough. Is there like a transform to quaternion? I don't have the quaternion. I only have the raw rotation. Oh, no, wait, no, you can do... I'm thinking. How would you do this? So I need to have all of these rotations, right? Var head rotation. Let's think about this very slowly. Vector 3. So I've seen the option to get the quaternion from the axis and the rotation. From the axis and the rotation. Well, I think the axis and the rotation, or the axis and the angle. I don't really have those. Right, because you can kind of see that I'm rotating it by these amounts. So I'm rotating it not by a quaternion, or I guess I'm rotating it how you would a hold on. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can just do var head rotation, some sort of quaternion, right? Quaternion, right? And then we can do head rotation is equal to head rotation. How do I rotate it? I would like to rotate the quaternion. Is that possible to do? Okay. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm not very good at math. I think you can multiply quaternions to add rotations. Well, that's unfortunate because I don't have another quaternion. So that's a problem. I can rotate it by the vector 3, I think. Yeah. So I can do times equals. Wait, that's not how you do it. Times equals rotation, and we'll call this head rotation. Head rotation. Wait. Rotation vector, I guess. Rotation vector times equals rotation vector, right? No? Cannot assign a value of type vector 3 to target a type quaternion. Okay, so I guess the parser is not up to the task of this just yet, but we can do it like that. Excuse me? Cannot assign a value of type vector 3 to a target of type quaternion. Hey? No, this should give me a quaternion, right? No? Operator. Oh no, this gives me a vector 3. Oh. Well, that doesn't help me. What? I only have a vector 3. The data comes to me. How does the data come to me, actually? I'm currently messing with it. Yeah, I'm using the raw Euler. I could use the raw quaternion, but then I still would need to modify some part of it so that the rotation isn't completely screwed up. But to make the quaternions from one axis and the rotation in the vector, you just need 3 quaternions with the rotation of one axis and multiply them. That sounds complicated. To make quaternions from one axis and the rotation in the vector. Make the quaternions from one axis and the rotation in the vector. I think there's one option to get from the Euler. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I know what you typed out, but it still didn't make too much sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's the Euler right there. Yeah, I thought I did that, but no, I typed in head transform. No, that was my previous thing, anyways. Okay, never mind. Just ignore me. I'm dumb. Get out of here. Yeah. I'm not reading properly. Turns out I should have been drinking. That, in fact, does actually improve my programming ability. I'm just missing things I really shouldn't be. All right, let's give this another try. Wait for it. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that's functional. There's no way for me to set my offsets, but that's pretty much it. Packet too small, that's good. Let's stop spamming the logs, and we also need to wait for it to end. Please, receiver, stop receiving. My log files. No. Okay, task manager. All right, so we're not closing the thread properly, but that's fine. Yeah, that's more or less correct. I need some way to listen for, oh no, built-in actions. What are my built-in actions? Is it UI accept? No, let's grab, or no, we can just do a new action. Yeah, thank you very much, Feldy, for the assistance. Everyone loves pair programming. Let's call it like set offsets. That's a good one. No more built-in actions. Listen for inputs. There we go. Space. Beautiful. Then in display screen, well, how did I do this here? So here we did model display screen. Where is it? Not here. Model display screen. GD. Where is it? UI accept, save offsets. Yeah. And then what do I use the offsets? Offsets. Okay. So this one isn't too hard. I'm just gonna copy. Stored offsets are just this thing, lots of vector 3s. Beautiful. This one will do the same thing. Boom. This needs to be changed to quaternion. Technically, this more concise syntax will do the same thing as well. I've really come around to this because I've had to write a lot more Golang at work. And this is pretty much the standard for doing variable assignment in Go. Not Godot, just regular Go. And you know what? I think I'm into it now. I think that's also how you're supposed to do it in Rust as well. It's a bad habit from my Java days. Alright, so here. Okay. So I just need to pass in those things. Okay. So what does save offsets do? Let's just grab all this. Feels pretty good. Slap it into here. Stored offsets is not in the current scope. That makes sense. Let's do var stored offsets, which is of course some sort of stored offsets. Yep. Seems all right. And then let's also just initialize it, I guess. Give that a save. This needs to be, oh yeah, I'm also transforming the quaternion to a Godot quaternion. Because I believe what I accidentally transform it into in the receiver is a Unity quaternion. But I don't know. Quaternion. Oh, and then am I not allowed to, oh no, I am allowed to do that. I just need to change this to be quaternion, not quat. There we go. This looks alright. Left gaze offset, get Euler, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's give this another try. So wait for it. Okay. Just pressing all the buttons. Oh, froze. Might be too many packets or too many print statements. So let's see. Let's kill that. And let's stop spamming the log with so many print statements. Packet too small, yeah. There we go. What else was there? It was really just packet too small, right? Alright. Oh, I don't have it hooked up to anything. And also, we're not able to call stop receiver. Or I guess stop receiver takes too long to finish. Yeah. Okay. Face tracker and task manually. Let's switch around the order of these two things as well. Just so I don't have to... I don't care if the Godot thread hangs around. But I don't want this face tracker to keep running. Because it is pretty hard on my system to keep running. Especially when it's not doing anything. Right. So let's see. Let's hook it up here. So it's inputs. If why write it myself, or why write it from memory when I've already written it once? So if events is action pressed, set offsets. Oh baby. Let's do set offsets, right? That's what was missing. I just forgot to hook it up. I wrote the thing, wrote all the helper functions, and then proceeded not to actually use them. Anyways, elif, or no, if all of this, elif, yeah. So pretty much everything in these functions, by the way, you know, it has to be a big if-else chain. Otherwise, you're just wasting cycles, right? Because this function, input, is a built-in function, and these are more or less guaranteed to be one event. More or less, not really, but it's close enough. I don't think I've ever had any inputs dropped from this not being an event, I guess. Or from, I don't think I've ever had any inputs dropped from, I guess, doing if-elif chains. Do that. Offsets are not being... Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to actually use the offsets. Hold on. We're really struggling to stop this thing. Really struggling to actually stop this thread. Which is strange. What is... If server is listening, server stop. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Oh, I need to do these as well. Yeah. Okay. So we do that. Yeah. Very quickly turning into spaghetti, but that's okay. Because this is really due for a big rewrite anyways. So this is more of like a proof of concept that this will actually work in Godot 4. Which I'm sure it will. Especially after they add the new, I guess, runtime GLTF loading API. Because previously I had to patch it. I am currently using a patched version of Godot to load models at runtime. Let me see. This stuff needs to be... How does this work? Oh, it's just minus, right? Yeah. So, oh. Guess they didn't add that yet. So this is stored offsets. It's a head translation. Or is it called just translation? Translation offset. Minus. And then this one will be similar. Stored offsets. Dot rotation offset. Yeah, minus all of this. That's pretty much all I need because I don't use, yeah, I'm not doing any features. So we can try that. Still a bit broken. Yeah, head's not looking too good for sure. Wait a minute. If I just kind of break my neck in real life. Hold on. If I like turn and yeah, if I just turn and look straight at the floor, how does that look? Do I do this? Press spacebar. Nope, neck is still super broken. Turn and look at the floor at the other side. Nope. We're getting there. Hopefully one day I'll be able to see my real face. Hold on. You can do it. Almost there. I don't know. So this like sets it on the wrong axis. Am I doing this incorrectly? So that's it. Yeah, there's the corrected Euler. Yeah. Rotation, offset, quad offset. I don't actually use the quaternion either, because I'm just using the raw Euler. I wonder. Oh, there we go. Able to save it there as well. Attempting the free invalid RID, or just invalid ID. That's fine. Huh. Head rotation. How does this one work? So corrected Euler. Rotation adjustment. No. Head. Huh. It's the offset minus whatever data we got. So this is the offset plus whatever data I got. It must be how I'm actually how I'm actually applying it to the model then. Which means that this is wrong. So how do I do the same thing? So I can create the quaternion from this value, but I don't think that it's correct because I need to rotate it with those values. How do I get a... So if I look at transform 3D, that's what I'm thinking. Transform 3D. Is there a way for me to get a quaternion from a transform? No. What values do I have? I have a basis, which is what I actually want. So can I get a quaternion from this? Get rotation quaternion. Okay, there we go. There we go. So let's do all of this again. Bring me back. This is now called rotation vector. Right. Get rid of this. Now we want to do transform. I don't want the translation at all. Head transform basis get rotation quaternion. Yeah, now we're thinking. Wait for it. Break my neck. Break my neck. It's looking a bit better, for sure. I think which part of this is broken? Which part of this is broken? One of my rotation things is not right. So this is actually not a hard fix, I think. I think I just need to... It's one of these values here that I need to change. But I'm still deciding which one I want to change. Alright, so if I... Like, I'm going up and down, left and right, up and down, then rotate the entire head. Okay, so I think... What is rotating my entire head? That's, back. I think that one needs to be changed to forward? Or, wait a minute. X is up, down. Huh. I'm thinking. Which one do I need to change? I'm trying to avoid doing just guessing, although that is a possibility. I don't know. I can't see it because I'm looking all the way to my right, but this looks right. Almost. Yeah, it's almost as if it's rotated, or as if my whatever. So if I'm looking straight at the screen, right, that's incorrect. But if I look to my side, it looks like the duck is looking to its left, or I guess the duck's looking to the application left. Like look this way. Oh no, okay. If I look this way, it should be upside down, which it is. So which axis is this? This is the up axis. Let's close that. I don't know. The easiest way to do this is to just flip values around and just check really quickly. It might also be that I need to change. Alright, so that definitely was not it. Actually, that might be it. I don't know. I mean, it's still mapping the current. No, it's not. Go back. I think this one needs to be back. No, hold on. This one needs to be down. This one needs to be forwards. And I think this one is still okay. Maybe. Hold on. Break my neck. I mean, it's mapping it to the right values, right? So if you look at, you know, up and down is actually reversed. Rolling my head side to side is also reversed. And then rotating. Rotating is completely wrong. So looking right should not angle my head like that. Was it like that before? So if I make this left, by the way, if I make this left, what happens? Break my neck. Break my neck. Okay, so that's correct. When I look up, I can see the duck head moves up, and when I look down, I can see the beak gets closer to me. I feel like it's rotated improperly, if that makes sense. So if I go back to the display screen, what if I just take out this part? Like I don't even do the rotation check. Is the rotation check breaking it? Oh. No, the rotation check is actually completely necessary. Okay. So send me back. Send me back. So these offsets are correct. I think it's just how much I'm rotating it by. And then it's one of these values. So get rotation quaternion. Yeah, and I always want to do it. I don't want to use the initial head transform, right? Otherwise the head will just spin around. Yeah, we always want to zero it out, which is what I'm trying to do with the stored offsets. Let me get some more tea. I'll be right back. And we'll keep cracking at it, I guess. Alright. So this is correct. I think I need to rotate these by like a... Or I guess they need to be rotated an additional amount, if that makes sense. Or I wonder if the initial duck rotation is wrong, and that's why it's not really working out how I think it should work. But anyways, we'll go to... Get status, and we'll get add all, get commit, tracking is working, git push u origin Godot 4. There we go. Huh. So this is what it looks like. Set our offsets. I wonder if the offsets are not being set how they should be. Oh, actually, look at that. So when I rotate my head, so I tilt my head to the left, it actually looks like the duck is, looks like the duck is looking left. So that means this needs to be, these two need to be flipped, I think. But when I flipped them last time, it didn't look correct. Okay, well, maybe I'm just insane. I don't know how to think. Or I don't know how to feel about this. So up, down, that makes sense. Left, right. I can't tell because the head rotation is so messed up. Skew me. Skew me. Up, down. Left, right. Yeah, I mean the head bone is so rotated, it no longer makes any sense. Up, down. Hard to say. Yeah, because the neck is rotated to such an amount that it doesn't really map to anything anymore. But we can keep trying. Yeah, I wonder if I just need to rotate the vector 3 one more time by like 90 degrees. Is it possible that... Up, down, left, right, side to side. All right, so this is correct, right? So if I lean left, you can see that the head is actually rotating left, rotating right. When I look left and right, that's still incorrect. But when I go up and down, that's more correct. So I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of gotchas. There's a lot of gotchas in this. I remember this took me like forever to figure out. Because instead of doing it the smart way, I just did it the brute force way. Huh. So that's the interpolation stuff, which I don't really need, but we can look at how the... That's just lerping. Yeah, this is just lerping, so this doesn't matter. Yeah. This just gives me the interpolated result between our last data point and our next data point. Move, head, hand translation, stored offsets. So it's stored offsets minus. I'm doing minus here, right? Don't want to do plus, because that would absolutely break it. So it's 360 plus the head rotation X. Corrected Euler. Yeah. If it's less than 0. Yeah. Is the raw Euler. OpenC data, raw Euler is the head rotation. Then corrected Euler dot X is less than 0. Then we'll just do add a 360 instead. And then we move the model's head based off of our translation offset and our head translation. Is it possible I'm using the wrong values? OpenC data. Is it the... Is it the Euler offset? Euler offset. Is this using the Euler offset? Hold on. It is the Euler offset. Oh, okay. So Euler offset. The Euler. So this needs to be... Wait, no. No, this is still right. Stored offsets, Euler offset? Like that? Hello, Philippe. Hacker energy? Exactly. Big hacker energy. That's what we're here for? Okay. Still incorrect. But I think I fixed it. So just change this back to be Y and this to be Z. He's done it. Oh gosh, the way you said hello. Oh, she. Hello, Philippe. I'm sorry. I'm a little tilted right now. Literally, because the duck is tilting its head. Does this need to be back? Not asking for songs today. Oh, thank you. He's done it. Look at that. It's the face tracking software working in Godot 4. It looks really bad though, as expected. Yeah. So it's in Godot 4. So now I can start working on just making it look good. There's currently no way for me to turn off filtering on this texture. Yeah, this is Godot 4, yeah. As you may have noticed from the title. I just realized that you said, yeah. Yeah. That was hot. Ugh. Forgot my tea is still really hot. Have you ported all the code? I have not ported all the code. I have ported a very small subset of the code. But I have been told that they are working on getting, once they get like runtime model loading working, then I can actually start porting all of it. But why can I see the UI of your duck? Oh, because I still have the I still have the Godot 3 version running in the background, just so that OBS doesn't freak out and try to grab another screen. I know, yeah, you can have it just listen for a specific screen, but I'm too lazy. I've left it up there just so you know. Just so you know. This is not how it usually looks. But he's done it, more or less. And then if we close it, if I start messing with the world environment here, I think there's some really cool stuff that just for whatever reason doesn't show up. So this is using procedural sky, but look at this. This is really cool. Not this part. Turn off the... Why does this look really bad now? Look at that. So we go into like full like dirt territory. So whenever this is actually implemented, I think this is gonna be really cool. So this is like a physical sky, so it has like thickness of the atmosphere. I don't even know what that means, but it seems really cool. So there's like some sort of fog. So it's like if you wanted like a more scientific simulation of how this stuff works, it would be really cool. Yeah, there's a lot like turbidity. What the heck? Oh, hello, immersive dog. Oh, hello, Rose Ninja. Fancy seeing you here. Yeah. So I've rewritten part of the application in Godot 4. Yeah, for some reason though, this sky does not actually take effect. So we're just gonna be a duck in the abyss. But Godot 4, apparently on their Discord, they said that Godot 4 might be, there might be a Godot 4 alpha in 2 weeks. So figured now would be a good time to start messing with it. Let's just make it really sunny. Maybe that was the problem. There's not enough sun. Nope. Just doesn't work. But the code is ported. It works, more or less. Well, not all the code, just a subset of the code. I keep saying all the code is loaded, but that is not true. So there's a few things you should be able to do here. I'm not sure what it is though, to make it look a lot better. I think if I add fog, it'll look okay. So we can just be in a foggy void. Came for the game devs, stay for the ducks. Oh baby. Yeah, unfortunately I'm still feeling a little bit burnt out from the Ludum Dare Rose Ninja, so that's why I'm working on this application instead. Which is, I suppose, my most popular thing I work on as well. I gotta rebuild the export templates. I have some trouble with OBS capturing in the same capture Godot 3 though. Froze and start capturing. Chatterino. Oh, what do you mean you've built it? Are you talking about my face tracking application? Let's see. So it looks really jittery right now because what I usually do is I interpolate all the frames so you can't actually see the in-betweens, which you can kind of see here. So this is like just the raw data, no smoothing. Why does this look really bad though? That's what I want to know. Oh geez. Light energy, less light energy. Like it's so foggy. Sun scatter, sure. Now it's really bright. Hey. I don't really know what I'm doing. We're just doing stuff. Oh, okay. There we go. Aerial perspective. Blend factor between the fog's color and the color of the background sky. Must have background mode set to background sky. This is useful to simulate aerial perspective in large scenes with low density fog. However, it is not very useful for high density fog as the sky will shine through. When set to 1, the fog color comes completely from the sky. If set to 0, aerial perspective is disabled. Don't really know what that means, but okay. Things seem to be changing Let's see. I can enable SDFGI, which is that sign distance field global illumination, which is the biggest selling points of Godot 4, I think, if you want really nice looking graphics. Because it's basically ray tracing without needing a ray tracing card, as far as I understand it. So we're just gonna have a bunch of errors. That's very good. Looks pretty bad though. What happened to my lighting? All the lighting broke. It's probably because of all these errors, by the way. That's unfortunate. What about this one? What's SAO? Ambient occlusion. Small, weak. Yeah, I don't think that'll really have anything to do with this. Oh, attempted to use an unused shader variant. Shader is null. Alright, get rid of that. Auto exposure. What is this? Auto exposure. If true, enables the tone mapping auto exposure mode of the scene render. If true, the renderer will automatically determine the exposure setting to adapt to the scene's illumination and the observed lights. I don't really understand, but okay. I think this did something. It can also increase the energy, and it might be doing something. I can't really tell. For sure. Okay. Ground. Sure. Yeah. We can make it really bright. Really just blow out the scene. Or just make it really grim like this.